Look at that body roll there, look. That is just so cool, such nice movement. Oh, I love the sound of tyres trying to grip it on a bow. It's so satisfying. Now, I think this is one of the nicest looking 10 scale crawler releases we've had this year. This is the FCX10 Land Rover Discovery from FMS. Now, they do come in 3 different body styles, all Camel Trophy editions. You've got the Discovery, you've got a Defender D110, and then you've got the classic Range Rover. I've already reviewed the Range Rover on the channel, and I was really impressed with this out-of-the-box performance. You know, how well it could crawl, how well it was able to actually climb, considering you've got that, you know, top heavy body. Yeah, really nice rig. So FMS sent me over the Discovery and I wanted to review it as well to see how it compares. Now, if you're not familiar with the FCX10s, it is a Lexan body, not a hard body, but to be fair, you know, they've done a really nice job with the Lexan bodies. You know, you've got lots of nice scale details. You've got like snorkels, mirrors, molded door handles. You've even got your little side repeaters on there. You've got a full roof rack on top. You get little limb risers that you just have to make up to stick on there. You've actually got a full interior in there as well. You've got a dashboard with dials and gauges. You've actually got a driver in there as well, which I'm not a massive fan of the driver, to be honest. It'd be nice if it was removable, but you know, at least you've got a driver in there if you like it. Each one has different accessories on the roof rack. This one comes with the sand ladders. You get your jerry cans, which I did glue on because otherwise they'll go flying. And you do get some accessories in the bag, which I'll show you in a minute. You got your front bumper on there. You got your windscreen wipers. You've actually got working spotlights on the roof rack as well, which I'll show you in a minute. And you've got your like Camel Trophy badges and everything. As you can see, I have already ran this, so it is a little bit dirty, which, you know, is what a Camel Trophy should be, in my opinion. On the back, you've got your spare wheel cover. You've got your Camel Trophy badges and everything. You've got your ladder, and you've even got light guards on there as well. Now, your front bumper is a little flimsy. I didn't have any issues with it smashing it into rocks and stuff like that, but if you are running the limb risers, as the bumper moves, the limb risers can pop off, especially if you're like pushing into rocks and stuff. So if you are going to run them, just be careful you don't lose them. Now, the wheels are actually the same on all 3 models. They're these plastic beadlock wheels, and I do like the fact that we get the little wheel nut cover. Again, just keeps it more scale. The tyres on the Disco are actually larger than the tyres on the Range Rover and the D110. I believe these ones are 120mm, whereas on the Range Rover and the D110, they're 110, I think it is. Now, when I first saw the pictures of this one online, I did think they looked a little bit silly, and I kind of thought, you know, they looked a bit too big. But to be fair, when you actually look at it and you get it in person and you're running it, they almost look slightly better in some ways, because like on the Range Rover, it makes it look like it's sitting really high, which again just doesn't look to scale. So yeah, as much as they don't look to scale, they kind of suit the rig a little bit more. Now, in terms of the actual tyres themselves, the wheels are vented. You've got foams in there. These are really nice and soft. They're actually quite grippy as well, to be fair. I mean, they're not amazing, but for a ready-to-run tyre, they're pretty decent. Now, the body actually uses their latest quick release system. First thing you want to do, though, is just pop your limb risers off if you are running them. And then basically underneath we have this quick release system where you basically just turn it on the back and on the front, and then you can just lift the body off. Now, with the body off, you can see we've actually got magnet mounts here on the back as well, and this is how your LED lights make the connection. And then just under here is your light controller. One thing to note with the light controller, it's not waterproof, and they don't like getting wet too much, so you might want to either waterproof it, move it, or just chuck like a latex balloon over it will help. So you can see on the back there on the chassis, we've got the magnet mounts for the LEDs. Another nice thing is obviously it kind of holds the body in place a bit, you know, with it being a Lexan body, kind of stops it from shaking around and sounding really rattly. But you can see we've got inner arch liners, we've got our sliders, and that also helps us locate the bodies in the little rails. Battery trays in the middle, and you can easily get like a 5,000 milliamp hour battery on there. Got nice Velcro straps. You can see you've got an all-in-one ESC receiver with an XT60 connector, and then you've got a 550 32-turn brushed motor. You can see on this one we don't have all the little servos for like the switchable 4-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, diff locks and stuff like that, which we had on the original FCX10 K5 Blazer. We just have the one micro servo here, and that's because we have a 2-speed gearbox. Our power switch just sits on the back here, and it is a waterproof power switch. You know, all the wires are nice and tidy and everything, which is nice. So chassis-wise, you've actually got metal chassis. You've actually got metal 4 links front and rear with plastic rod ends. You've got plastic drive shafts with metal ends. You've got metal steering links on a servo on axle steering servo, and you can see that this one is straight axles, not portals like the original K5. It does come with metal ball bearings throughout. As I've run mine, you might see mine are a little bit crusty. Yeah, don't run your rig at the beach. I try to avoid the salt water, but it always gets you. It is not good for your RC, especially for your bearings. Now, I'd say my only complaint with the chassis is that because this one doesn't have the diff locks, they haven't plugged the hole. I did point this out on the original brushed LC80. You know, really they should have put a little plug or something in there, a little bung, just to cover it up, because otherwise you are going to end up getting like water and grit and stuff like that inside your axles. So you might want to cover that up or something, but it's a shame they didn't just plug that, you know, out of the box. So it actually comes with oil-filled shocks, and to be fair, at first I thought they were a little bit too hard, but you actually get some really nice movement. They're actually a dual spring setup, which I actually preferred the shocks on the original K5 where it was a single spring. I thought the suspension movement was a lot nicer. I do wonder if it would be nicer to take a little bit of oil out of the shocks on these, but you know, they do flex really nicely when you're on the trail and when you're rock crawling and stuff like that. So what else comes included? You get a nice Flysky 6-channel radio. You don't make use of all 6 channels, but you basically use them to control your lights and your 2-speed. Really nice radio, these, you know, especially for a rated run. If you pop the flap up, it's got all your usual stuff like, you know, your steering trim, your dual rate. You got your dip switches and everything across the top. You can change on this one between like forward reverse, forward brake reverse, drag brake settings and stuff like that. So the transmitter takes 4 AA batteries, or you can connect a 2S LiPo. Before anybody says it, yes, I know I've mixed my batteries, and yes, I know they're from Lidl. They work absolutely fine. You also get a little bag of goodies. You get your usual wheel wrench tool, you get some different number plates, and you get a different number plate holder. You get your usual little hat for your FMS driver, get your spade, and you get your axe handle and the axe head if you do want to stick those on there. Like I said, I'm probably going to paint mine before I stick them on. You get some little Allen keys, and then you get some 3M tape and a whole load of zip ties to stick the accessories and everything on the roof rack, which is nice. You also get your instruction manual. It's got all the bits and pieces about your receiver and everything, and you've also got loads of technical diagrams in there as well. Okay, so it's powered on. I'm running a 3S battery, and that was the battery I was using for all of the running footage. It can run on either a 2S or a 3S. Now, to turn your LED lights on, you're basically just going to push channel 5 down. You then get your headlights and you get your roof lights. Now, you've also got indicators, and I can't see how to turn them off. I'm pretty sure my Range Rover, I had a little sheet that came with it that said how to turn the indicators off, and you basically held the wheel like one way, and at the same time you press channel 4. But just to show you, if I hold it and then press channel 4, you can hear it activated the 2-speed gearbox, but we've still got indicators. And if we do it the other way, if we hold it, even if it's like 4 seconds or something, press it, we don't get anything. So we are stuck with the indicators by the looks of it. So if you don't like them, I would suggest just unplugging them. So you've got indicators on the rear as well, and then I actually have mine, so I've got tail lights on. Now, out of the box, you don't have tail lights. When you go into reverse, that's when these lights come on. But I'll show you in a moment just a simple change you can do moving a plug where it can then give you the tail lights, which is much nicer in my opinion. So before we get the body back off though, just check out the steering servo. So it's not the fastest steering servo in the world, but you know, it's not bad, and it's actually got a decent amount of power, to be fair to it. You know, I didn't have any issues with it when I was running it on the rocks or anything like that. Another thing just to mention with a quick release as well, on the front, works fine every time, really, really nice. On the rear, I have noticed on the Discovery that it can be a little bit temperamental, so you can unclick it, but then when you push it back down, it kind of gets a little bit stuck. And I think it's because the body is interfering with the bumper, because every now and again it kind of catches on these side pieces. So what you probably want to do for the rear is just push it and then give it a little bit of a harder push, and then it's on there. Yeah, definitely an improvement over the previous models. I'm sure on the Range Rover it was actually much nicer. I think it's just this body design, I think, on the Discovery. At the box, I'm pretty sure the wire configuration comes like this for the light control model. I just pulled mine off so you can see it. I think I mentioned the reverse lights. I think they're brake lights, actually. But basically, it's this cable here. If you just unplug it, And then what you want to do is you'll see on your loom, you actually have a spare connector. Now, I'm pretty sure you have this on the Defender, definitely got it on the Range Rover. So basically what you want to do is just take that wire you've unplugged and just plug it into this spare port here. And you basically want the exposed pins to be facing, you might be able to see there's a little kind of ridge there. But yeah, just basically plug it in that way. And then when you turn your lights on, you will have tail lights. Now, if you don't want your indicators, just basically unplug CL-L1 and CL-R2, because that's the wires for the left-hand side and the right-hand side indicators. Right, I think that's covered everything. Let's get to the running footage so you can see what it was like on the rocks and on the trail. Okay, let's see how this thing does on the rocks. I'm interested to see what this one's performance is like on the rocks versus what the Range Rover was like, because I was really impressed with the Range Rover. Obviously, this one's got the bigger tyres, so this one should have better ground clearance. Oh, body's not going to stay shiny for long, is it? Well, there you go. Look, it is eating up the rocks, isn't it? You can definitely tell it's got more ground clearance. There's a nice bit of movement on that as well. Oh, go on. Oh, that's some side hilling right there. Is it going to level out? Hopefully, because otherwise it's going to tip and fall. Oh, nice. Let's see if we can come around here and then see if we can climb up this side over here first again. Oh, look at that side hill. I think that's going to end in tears in a minute. Let's see if we can go right a little bit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, just leveled out for a tip. That was nice. Helicopter might be impressed. Or a little bit of ground clearance there. Let it again if we just come back a little bit. I was just about to say it still amazes me how quiet this thing is. But then there's a helicopter flying overhead, so you won't be able to hear a word I'm saying. Nice, look at that. Easy peasy. It does amaze me how capable these things are on the rocks, you know, considering it is meant to be more like a scale trail truck. Now, before we go back up this big rock, let's just see what this thing is like descending. This might end in tears. Oh, go on. Oh, saved it. That was almost a bad ending. So the bit we normally like to climb up, and I'd be interested to see if this can make it up there. The Range Rover did make it up. Obviously this one is a bit higher off the ground with those bigger tyres, but it's quite a steep there. You can see we're unloading the front and lifting already. Let's see if we can just... Oof. Yeah, this might be... Oh. Yeah, that didn't quite go to plan. We had our first victim. We lost one of the lines. It's gone flying and I can't find it, so we'll carry on and see if we can get back up here, but I very much doubt it's going to get up here, to be honest. I think it's... Yeah, look, you can see we've got that spare wheel on the back as well, and obviously this one is a little bit more, well, it's a bit more lifted, isn't it, than the Range Rover, and obviously those bigger tyres as well. And let's see if I can go this way. You can see it's just unloading the rear straight away. So we definitely want a bit of touch of weight if you want to do like steeper climbs. So, I mean, that kind of shows that the Range Rover performs slightly better at the box, at least for like hill climbs and weight balance and stuff, which I knew it would do, same as the little FCX24M, but this is such a cool looking rig, isn't it? I do really like the bodies. I think they have done a fantastic job, especially for a Lexan. Okay, let's see what it's like coming up through here. I mean, I don't know how well you can hear it on the mic, but it is so quiet, it's ridiculous. It's like a ninja. Oh, lovely. Love the sound of tyres, trying to get some grip. Okay, I think I'm going to put that in my pocket. It's clearly too loose. I need to shorten it a bit. Let's get a tyre up on there. We should be good. Oh, lovely flex on this thing as well. Look at that. There we go. Very nice. Oh, bit of an angle there. You can see unloading that front again. Should level out, hopefully. A little bit of speed we should get there. Whoa. Okay, maybe not. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. There we go. Nice. Let's see if we can get up this next rock over here. It's quite steep and slippy, to be fair, this one. Oh, I love the sound of tyres trying to grip it on a bow. It's so satisfying. Right, so we're going to have to basically take a hard right. Come back a little bit. Oh, a bit of body rub in there. Hang on, we're gonna have to turn on those, we're gonna tip. Oh, our bodies come out of the sliders is what I've just noticed. Okay, and then what we wanna do is come up here, but I very much doubt we'll get up here, especially if we couldn't get up that other one. Let's see if we take a slightly different line. Oh, if we can just get a tyre in the right spot. There we go. Come on, can we get up there? Maybe a little hop first of all. Oh no! Oh, I could have caught that then. Let's try that again. I reckon that'll get up there. We have just driven through seawater, which is never good. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh! Oh, okay. Yes, 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 yes. Go on, go on, go on. Oh, that's quite an angle. Oh, no. Oh, it definitely needs some weight low down, doesn't it? I don't know how much you can see. It's sun setting is so bright. Well, that's the angle we're trying to get up, which maybe if we come... I think we're stuck now. Oh, there we go. Look, there we go, there we go. Perseverance pays off. Very nice. And just because it's a Camel Trophy, look at that sunset as well. Beautiful. Very nice. There's a little picture look. How about that? Not that you can see anything, but there's so many awesome rock formations to crawl down this place. It's like a rock crawler's paradise, honestly. I mean, like, oh, slippy tyres, come on. There we go. Come on. Oh, no, pushed us over. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can get up here. Oh, very nice. Oh, we got water on the tyres now. It's making it a bit slippy. Oh, nice. And one of the things that amazes me is just how quiet they've managed to make this. I mean, this has got to be one of the quietest tent scale crawlers we've had, well, possibly ever. I mean, it's just so quiet. Listen. I mean, you probably can't even hear it on the mic. That's how quiet it is. They've done a really nice job on that suspension movement as well, and it just looks so cool. We got some nice flex, we got some nice articulation. It's just such a good looking rig, isn't it? Right, while we're here, let's just test out our wheel speed. So full throttling first. Bit of body rubbing there with the tyres. And then if we chuck it into second gear. Oh. You can see it's got a decent amount of wheel speed in second gear, enough to get a few little hops and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Let's work our suspension. Nice, so good, doesn't it? It's literally the day after Storm Claudia, so we've had a ridiculous amount of rain here. So we're starting to get some mud. Still not a decent amount. We'll see if there's some more further down the trail, but yeah, we're starting to get some. It's getting to that time of year. Let's just see if this thing can get over the down tree. Obviously, we've got those bigger tyres, so we should have more clearance coming up to it, but I do wonder if it'll tip us over easier. Let's see if we can get over in first with a bit off a hop. Oh, okay, let's try again and then we'll try second. Oh yeah, we made it in first. How about that? That's pretty decent. One of the things I like about these types of rigs is seeing that suspension movement, and this one does move really nicely. Like, we got really nice slow crawl. You can see we got a nice bit of body roll as well, which obviously can have its downsides, but with a scale rig like this is what you want, isn't it? You want that classic kind of style body roll where you think, oh no, I'm gonna tip this. Part of that scale experience, isn't it? Just seeing it wobble and move. I mean, like, oh, that is just so cool. Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. That little wobble, excellent. Puddle time. And you know, third time's a charm. It's definitely getting more to be the right time of year for a little Camel Trophy adventure, isn't it? You got water, you got starting to get some mud we can go through and stuff, and this is the type of thing that this truck was built for, in my opinion. You know, finding little things you can drive through, doing little water crossings and stuff, getting it mucky. You know, it shouldn't be clean, should it? I mean, it just looks so much better when it's getting dirty. When I reviewed the Range Rover, we literally drove through that from the other side over to here because there's some little bank climbs we can do over there. I'm not sure even my wellies are going to get through that today. That's looking pretty deep. Let's find out. Yeah, it's definitely pretty deep. That is pretty high up my wellies, and they're the big wellies. Okay, let's see what it's like just climbing up these banks, see if these tyres are any different to the Range Rover. Obviously, it is very wet and slippy at the moment. We always get stuck on that first ridge. Give it a little hop. Nice. Still got some nice squish on these tyres. Oh, it's thinking about it. Go on. Oh, nice. Go on. Bit of wheel speed we should get up there, but let's just see if we can wiggle our way out of it. Go on. Oh, yes, go on. I have been amazed how well these things can actually climb, you know, considering how top heavy they are. You know, we're like hardly lifting a wheel, look. You know, it's doing a really good job, isn't it? And like I said, you know, the Range Rover definitely seems to climb better with the smaller tyres, slightly lower centre of gravity. But this is still doing a fantastic job, considering you've got all of that roof rack on there and everything, that the body with how high it is, you know, it's pretty stable. Let's look at that body roll there, look. That is just so cool, such nice movement, just looks awesome. Well, what do you think? I mean, I was really impressed. I think for a raid to run, they've done a fantastic job. You know, the body does look nice. It's got nice slow speed control. You've got nice movement from the suspension. Stock tyres are actually pretty decent as well. I would definitely recommend running on a 3S because I think it'd be too slow on a 2S and you wouldn't have any punch. You know, I don't really have any complaints about it. The only bit of feedback I suppose I would have is, I think, one, it'd be nice if the lights came wired for tail lights at the box so you didn't have to change the wires around. I think it'd be nice if we could turn the indicators on off on all the models. It seems a bit weird that we can on some and we can't on others. I would also suggest they should move that light control module because I think it's not waterproof. They do tell you it's just splash proof, but it is quite exposed and you'll get away with running it through water a few times, but after a while it'll stop working. The other thing is I think they need to come up with some plugs to cover those diff hole covers because, you know, you are going to get grit and stuff like that in the diff housings, and the hole is only there because, you know, on the other models you have the locking diffs and on this one you don't, so really that hole needs filling. In terms of mods, I would just like to weather it, get some more accessories on there, get a bucket on there, touch a low down weight, and I think you'd have yourself a really nice rig. I don't think you really need to go brushless on this. You know, you've got a decent amount of wheel speed and you've got nice slow speed control, so just a few simple mods and you'll have yourself a really nice crawler that can actually rock crawl and go on the trails. Now, if you are interested in getting one, FMS and FairRC are running their Black Friday sales at the moment, so you can actually pick one up for $339, which I think is like a $50 saving. The other option would be AliExpress. Quite often you can get it on there a lot cheaper, especially if you're in the UK. So again, I'll put a link in the description to where you can get it from AliExpress. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments and which one's your favourite, the Disco, the D110 or the Range Rover. Thank you very much for watching and we will see you on the next one.